Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to yet again another video. And today I'm going to be going over how to get approved the first time you apply for Google AdSense 100%. This is very easy to go ahead and do, and I'm going to be analyzing a few sites that I own. I currently own 2 AdSense websites, and I also taught a few people on how to go ahead and get approved for AdSense. So let's go to jump right in. To get started, we need to understand what AdSense is. Basically, it's a program where you're able to go ahead and monetize your website with Google Ads, and it's very simple. Payment is determined on how much clicks you get, also the cost per click, meaning different niches. As you can see, once you get on the website, you can scroll down and you can tell by different niches, they'll have different RPMs. So let's go ahead and select the country here. Let's say we selected finance, and then we go ahead and click on here. We're going to see that they're making $19,000 per 50,000 page views, which is obviously something I can't do in the gaming niche. As you can see, here's the stats for games. Honestly, not that good. But if you guys are coming across this video, you probably already know what AdSense is. So let's go to jump right into this, how to get approved the first time. In order to go ahead and show you guys this correctly, I'm going to take a look at a site that I recently got monetized for one of my friends. This is mcmodded.com. Basically a Minecraft website where you can find a bunch of texture packs, mods, maps, you name it, whatever it is, it's Minecraft related. And as you guys can see, something that's in common, it has an about page, privacy page. So if we go ahead and click on FAQ, this actually tells us everything about the website, what you can expect from mcmodded.com. It's very important to have a clear goal in mind when you're making your website, and make sure it's basically a blog. It should have content on it where users are going to come to the site for that specific content, and make sure the content is unique. One way to go ahead and determine unique content is to go ahead and drag this picture up. If it actually says anything but your website, you might want to go ahead and get rid of it for safety measures, because in my personal experience, you can get rejected just by having other people's pictures on it. They'll consider it scraped content, meaning that it's very similar to the original post, which just isn't good. Here's one example. Here's a fellow Minecraft website, and I'm not trying to call them out, but this is one reason where you can go ahead and get rejected from getting approved. Once you go ahead and get approved, you don't have to worry about being taken out of the ad program unless there's a big problem with botted traffic, which you don't want to run into. But as you guys can see here, it is actually linking to a different website, meaning that this is probably scraped, or whoever's posting it is just simply copying and pasting the image. You always want to go ahead and upload your images straight to the website. Before applying, you want to make sure that you have a substantial amount of content. When this guy applied, he actually had around 25 posts, and he actually got accepted within 13 days. AdSense usually takes up to 2 weeks, basically 14 days, to get your site approved. If you don't hear back from them and you get rejected on the 14th day, you got to go ahead and reapply, so keep that in mind. That's definitely a worst case scenario. There's also needing to be a big factor. Another thing that does matter is having a good and sleek navigation. It doesn't have to be exactly like this, but you should have a navigation bar where you guys can go from place to place. Very important stuff. Next thing is going to be the contact page right here. I recommend having this. It makes your site just look a little bit more professional, and I have one on my site. I don't really read the messages, but it works every time to get approval for AdSense. One more thing is to make sure your website looks good. You don't want to have a very cheaply made looking website, so put a little bit effort into your design and you'll definitely get accepted, no problem. One more thing I do want to debunk is you don't need any traffic, and you also don't need to have an older site. Older sites are only for China, India, and also I believe Russia, because they actually flag these countries as having a lot of scam websites. So it's not claiming that your site is a scam, but you need to make sure that you are actually being mindful of this when you're applying for the AdSense approval inside of different countries such as India, China, and maybe Russia. I'm not 100% sure. The last piece of advice that I have for you guys to get AdSense approval is to make sure that your content falls within the AdSense guidelines. So you want to make sure that it's going to be providing value for people, but you don't want it to have anything illegal, such as copyrighted content, and you also don't want to provide free APK downloads or just anything like that. Just very mindful, just be keeping that in mind, because it's actually not going to allow your site to be approved no matter what, because they don't like these sites. Here's a good example. Here's one of my friend's websites. It's called giverbucks.com. It's actually not a bad website. It's actually a rewards website. Google AdSense doesn't like these types of websites because they feel like it's a little bit sketchy, and there are a lot of scam websites out there, so I don't blame them. So if you just type in your Roblox username, you can go ahead and jump into this. Basically, for this type of website, it has an offer wall where you can put a bunch of different offers like surveys, downloading mobile apps, and it is a little bit on the sketchy side. So this site did not get approved for Google AdSense, but he is making decent money off of this offer wall, so I don't really blame him, but he could make a lot more money off of his 10 to 20,000 users a day just by having AdSense, but it seems like it's going to be a little bit difficult for him to get approved, mainly due to the fact of the type of content that he's making. Plus, another thing is going to be the users he's getting, which is from Mexico. So I just got my third website monetized about a month ago, and I wanted to add this into this video because I actually did get rejected 2 times, and it's because this is a new type of website. This isn't necessarily blog post, it's more of a Minecraft server listing website. It basically lists off servers that people can play for their multiplayer experience. So take a look at this. They'll go ahead and click on join, and it'll basically open up Minecraft. So definitely a very useful tool, but AdSense wouldn't see it that way. If you have articles looking like this, look at the word count, basically nothing, as you can see, but definitely a very interesting thing. I did have to write a bunch of articles for it, and after the 3rd try, it actually did get accepted on September 11th, so pretty good. And now this site is doing about $12 a day on average. The CPC is pretty high because Minecraft realms are something that you have to pay for, which is pretty interesting. So as you can see, definitely a very nice site, and a lot of the users really enjoy it, and it currently has around 2.5k users per week. Clicks from different countries pay different rates, so if I got clicks from Asia, they would be way cheaper than the clicks that I get from the USA, because advertisers in the USA are paying a lot more than just a couple of cents per click. And here's a general PSA. I just want to make sure that people understand that you are going to need to drive traffic to your website. It's not a perfectly passive income stream. You have to do a little bit of work to promote the website, but once it starts getting organic traffic, you guys will be making a lot of money. In my personal opinion, I feel like AdSense can improve your life for the better, meaning that it's going to allow you to create a passive source of income, allowing you to become financially free. Most of my traffic comes from YouTube advertising, which isn't a bad thing, and you're perfectly allowed to go ahead and do that. Most of my traffic comes from YouTube, which is actually not organic, but you guys can go ahead and perfectly get organic traffic. It's pretty easy to go ahead and do, but I found this way of doing things to be a lot easier because the YouTube sponsors I have are pretty cheap. But anyways, that's gonna pretty much wrap up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and hopefully you guys get accepted for Google AdSense. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. This should help you guys out fully to go ahead and get approved for Google AdSense. But anyways, I'll see you guys next time.